It's game time.
Welcome into the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena as we get set for Eagles basketball on the Eagles Sports Network. I'm joined tonight by Travis Rose. I'm Noah Frary. Travis, a big South Region tilt for the fans watching tonight.
Yeah, our guys came out really strong Saturday, got a big win, and we're hoping to keep the conference streak going right now with another win.
Eagles knocking off the 7th-ranked Trinity Baptist Eagles on Friday evening. Here at home, they're going to look for another South Region victory today. Let's take a moment now to meet the Eagles, and we'll be back to further talk about this game. Welcome back here inside the R. Horton Sports Center Arena as we continue our countdown to tip-off. The Eagles set to take on Southeastern Baptist College in a big South Region tilt, Travis.
It looks like it's going to be a good game tonight, just watching from the warm-ups. We haven't played yet this season, but I'm excited to see how the boys come out for our game this Tuesday night.
Definitely seeing some good athleticism out of the Southeastern Baptist team, but we haven't seen much three-point shooting, not a team that's known for their three-point shot.
Yeah, I think that we're going to have to just work hard, again, like we did against Trinity Baptist, on getting those rebounds like you mentioned. I think that's going to be hard for the guys tonight, but if they can stay focused on that, they'll have a good chance to come out with a win.
If you're the Eagles, though, there's some increased athleticism on this side, which may make finding shots difficult. How do you find open shots here in this ball game?
I think they'll have to work their passing a lot and utilize John's driving ability to find the open man on a quick dish.
We're just a few minutes away from tip-off as we get set for basketball here in the R. Horton Sports Center Arena. We're going to toss it back down to the court now. We'll have prayer, national anthem, and starting lineups coming up next. Travis and I will be back on the call right before tip-off.
Welcome to the nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game between the PCC Eagles and Southeastern Baptist College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the gift of health. We pray for the safety of the players, and may everything be done to bring you glory. In Christ Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Sportsmen coverage provided by the Andrews Institute of Baptist Healthcare, the official sports provider of Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Southeastern Baptist College, before Glenn Grover, number 15, Terrence Davis, number 34, Jared Naylor, number 30, Jordan Hill, number 2, Orpheus Rankins. Southeastern is led by Coach Hall. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles! South Florida, number 2, Christian Porter.
And we return here inside the nest as we get set for tip-off in this South Region battle. Southeastern Baptist College taking on the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. It'll be the big man Orpheus Rankins to jump. You'll normally see Will Higdon as well. Head coach Mark Getch getting a few extra words in as we get set to play basketball here in Pensacola. Well, thank you for tuning into this one. Looking forward to a good basketball game. I've got Travis Rose just to my left. I'm Noah Frary. Looking forward to some fun here this evening. Higdon and Rankins jump it. A bit anticlimactic as we get this one underway. The two big guys missing it. Travis, you mentioned in the pregame, so important for the Eagles to get off to a good start in this game.
Yeah, I think that our first couple possessions will set the pace, especially give the other team energy on defense if they can stop us. But from what I see, we look good with the ball movement. John draws the foul there, but right there looked pretty smooth other than a couple of tricky passes. But I think the first couple possessions for both teams will be very telling for the rest of the game.
First foul goes on Naylor. It'll give us a chance to look at the starting lineup for Southeastern. Glenn Grover wears number 4. Terrence Davis wears number 15. Jared Naylor, who we just mentioned, wearing number 24. Jordan Hill wearing 30. And Orpheus Rankins wearing number 32. He's the big man inside. Porter driving baseline. Step over by Clay. His shot off the mark. Double team now on Porter. He's able to elude. Clay, hesitation, gets the jumper to go at the free throw line.
Big second chance point right there. We were talking before, AJ getting that offensive rebound, very helpful. And every single rebound the Eagles get will be big in this game.
Rankins, his pull-up jumper from the low corner off the mark as Ward snares another rebound.
I see that we're starting in that zone again. I like that. Like that look for us coming up against a bigger, more athletic team.
Higdon rolled to the basket. He missed the initial shot. Here's the pitch out to Lewis off the mark. Here comes Hill straight into Clay. And a charge called. It'll be the first foul on Jordan Hill. Second on Southeastern. Great job there by John Clay to slide in and be willing to take the contact.
Very good heads-up play. We're going to be able to do a decent job in the 2-3 against this team, but with them being really athletic and running gun type mentality, it's going to be hard, but John taking that play might slow him down a little bit.
Kickball called on Hill. It'll be Eagles basketball. Shot clock still over 20, so it'll stay right here. Porter to inbound the basketball. Able to find Clay. There wasn't much space right there. Clay drives, kicks, and will be called for the travel. Clay taking a few extra steps right there. An easy call for the official on the far sideline.
That drive is something to use throughout that game, though. Even though traveling right there, don't go away from that. John getting those drives is going to be huge to get his teammates open against a much quicker athletic team.
Good ball movement early on as they high post enter it. They kick it back out, and we'll get a walk on Jared Naylor. I like what I've seen early on, though, from Southeastern. They're finding some spots to get that high post entry in hopes that they can kick it out to one of the wings.
Yeah, from what I can see, I think they might have been expecting a man-to-man and really thinking about posting up some of their big men. But in the zone, they're trying to find a spot for their big men to go, and that high post is where they're sending them right now.
Porter just tried to hand it off to Clay, but it goes off the right thigh and out of bounds. Eagles being forced to play a bit quick right now, and we've seen a couple early mistakes. Hill drives. He was looking for Rankins, but Ward able to get his hand in there and strip that one away. Rankins left Porter wide open. Higdon nearly getting called over the back. A frantic pace to start this one. Clay drives his runner. Bounces around the rim and then comes off as Rankin snares another rebound.
Like you said, a very quick pace these first 3 minutes, which is leading to a little bit of the sloppiness. But I like the pace so far, and I like how all the guys are coming out full head of steam, ready to go, not very tentative.
Grover missing the layup right there. Lewis thought three in transition, has it knocked away. Eagles will keep the basketball as we see a couple of substitutions. Khalif Mears entering. Emmanuel Selden and Rasad Pettis entering this contest for head coach Broderick Hall of Southeastern. Southeastern picking up a few new players as we get this game underway. Great pass by Ward as Higdon gets the easy layup.
And I think those are what's going to give us the advantage. Those drives, it draws those defenders, and if you can catch the ball that wide open, that's an easy layup all day.
Southeastern with some fresh legs on the court. Haven't been able to find any offense here early on. Mears drives. Blocked by Higdon as that one will stay with Southeastern. Higdon doing a good job there, hitting the basketball but not drawing the foul.
Keeping his hands up, stayed straight up. Him and AJ both.
Clay was looking for a steal on that play. Runner inside, missed. Rankins, though, gets the offensive board and the putback.
Yeah, there was those rebounds you were talking about.
Southeastern, they average 32 rebounds a game, 7 on the offensive end. They get one right there. Lewis trying to get open. He has it stripped. Mears the other way, and he slams one. 2 points now.
That might be a problem playing against a quick team if we keep having sloppy turnovers. We've had a few so far, and that leads to them having quick breakouts and nice, easy layups like that.
Mears steals one, goes the other way, lays it up off the backboard. The follow attempt, no good. Ward grabs one, getting physical out here early on.
Those fast play breakouts lead to some extra contact with everyone going full speed. I've been impressed with Southeastern's defense so far, actually. Them being very disciplined for the first 5 minutes. Staying in their man-to-man very tight.
High post entry now to Higdon. Lewis looking for an opening and somehow gets the teardrop to go. Lewis got real deep right there. It looked like he wasn't going to have a shot and then just threw one up and got it to go.
Yeah, on his last couple of drives, too, it's been tipped out. Southeastern's had some very active hands, very mobile on defense.
Rankins initially met at the rim by Ward. He got it back and picks up his 4th point. Orpheus Rankins, he's a big man inside, Travis.
Them having the biggest man on the court, I think, will hurt us down the line as it comes to rebounding. But hopefully our boys can start picking up a man. Very nice play by John right there.
Clay able to deflect that pass by Selden out of bounds.
So 5 minutes in, we've had a very fast-paced game. Who do you think this will favor more, even with the score tied at the moment, if this keeps up like this?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, at this pace of play, the athleticism of Southeastern comes into play. The Eagles, they have a decent bench, but as you get deeper into the bench, the athleticism disappears. It's not as much. And so a team like Southeastern at a fast pace like this, you have to like that style of play for them.
Yeah, it'll help them a lot. And like we were saying, with their active hands on defense, it leads to a lot of fast breaks. Looks like some confusion amongst the players. Clayton Buckley, with his first play of the game, picks up a foul.
There was some confusion there. I thought the foul was actually called on Southeastern. Didn't make a lot of sense, but that's what originally it looked like out there. But it will be Southeastern basketball. Here's a three-pointer by Davis off the mark. Clay scrambling for it, trying to throw it off of Pettis, but he stepped out of bounds with the basketball in his hand. Travis, a fast, frantic pace to start this one, but only 6 points apiece on the scoreboard.
And then, like you said, too, Trinity's already put in 3 or 4 subs so far. and we've made one so far in the first 5 minutes. Like you said, that depth of bench might become a big factor as this game keeps at this pace.
Southeastern Baptist has a decent bench down there, adding a couple players here for this game. The up and under. Pettis gets it to go, and he will head to the free throw line. It'll be the second foul call on Clayton Buckley after he entered for Higdon a few moments ago.
Buckley's had a rough couple minutes here. Good experience for him for a moment. A lot different than what we saw Friday night from our Eagles as well. We're getting random subs here and there instead of 5-man in, 5-man out. Maybe giving guys a chance to play with some more of the starters.
We'll see how long head coach Mark Getch leaves Buckley in there with the 2 fouls. This may be an interesting place to sub in Mike Disher after Higdon exits. Here's Eiffel, the give to Lewis in the corner, and he hits one from the corner.
It's so funny you mentioned Dish. I was just thinking the same thing, getting him in there after the last, he had 8 hot minutes at the end of the last game with Trinity with the starters. Giving him another chance to show off again, I think would be great, boost his confidence a little bit more.
Eagles get the basketball back after it went off the foot of Selden. Selden, the second leading scorer on this team. Eiffel inside, Buckley rolling. Could not get the runner to go. Mears.
Coast to coast.
Great play there. And he picks up an early 4 points after making that layup. Clay driving baseline, somehow kept the basketball and got the layup to go. It's good to see John Clay back out on the court, and he's starting to look more and more healthy as Khalif Mears picks up another 3-pointer. He's up to 7. Quick handoff to Clay. Buckley keeping it alive. Lewis, a couple of nifty dribbles, takes the 3-pointer and misses it off the mark. What a pace it has been here in the early going.
And with the scoring now, we went very quickly from a 4-point game, 4-4, to a now 13-11 game. I think it's just going to get more exciting as the guys get more warmed up and buckets keep falling.
Clay, Eiffel, Ward, Buckley, and Lewis on the court for the Eagles. Eiffel's pull-up jumper short. The track meet continues. Clay, this time gets called for the block. Clay gets called for the block, and it will put Pettis at the free throw line. Rasad Pettis, he averages just under 5 points a game. He picked up an early 2. Now we'll have 2 from the charity stripe.
Even with that missed shot right there, I like some of the things we've seen from Eiffel as well. Looks confident with the ball in his hands at the beginning of this game here. Looks like he's going to come in and be solid, give the starters a little bit of help here.
Eiffel's been one of those very flashy players this year. He's had a couple games where he scored 18 points, but then it's other games where he will score 0 or 3, and he struggled with consistency in his freshman season, Travis.
Yeah, consistency is something that you kind of gain more and more as you just get that ability to just use your skills over and over again instead of having bursts of it throughout the season. What's making me now excited is that we've got Dish back in the game here after his great showing at Trinity with Friday.
He really looked good with the starters, too. You saw head coach Mark Getch go with a bit of an interesting substitution pattern in that game on Friday evening. And it was once Disher got in with some good ball handlers, Christian Porter, John Clay, that he started to thrive.
Yeah, even with AJ and him on the court right now, it's a quick group still, even with our big men out on the court. And now putting Anthony in for AJ I really like, because Anthony showed a real good ability on Friday night with his shooting. Knocking down some clutch threes when the guys needed it.
Porter coming off one of his lowest scoring games of the season. He had just 5 on Friday night in that victory over Trinity Baptist, but did a great job in that contest of distributing the basketball, picking up 4 assists. Swatted by Disher, kept alive. A big play there by Mike Disher off the bench. Disher turns, goes to work, got inside and gets the layup. once he got that initial move, there was a lot of space there, and he just overpowered his man.
Yeah, I see him in the gym on a regular basis. He's been working to be able to pull that move off. Took some time, just got caught sleeping right there on that backdoor pass, though.
Backdoor pass to York, his first points of the game. He's the third leading scorer on this Southeastern Baptist team, a team that enters at 1-7. They go right back into Disher. Disher backing his man down, kicking it out. Porter now from distance, and he'll get a three.
Again, Disher did more right there than it looks. He had to draw two men because he was going to beat his man at least to get the layup opportunity if no one helped. Gave that wide open three and a chance.
Eagles closing quickly on those corners, but able to get it inside as McDonald picks up his first points of the night.
Yeah, Southeastern is starting to run a little high-low look right there, getting one guy up front with one guy running the baseline. And so we might need to go to a man a little bit just to throw him off to kind of give us a chance.
Mike Disher knew that one was going down before he passed it. Lewis knocking it down. We'll see Disher hold up the three fingers right there. Lewis knocking it down, and Austin Lewis up to 8 on the Disher assist.
Great energy in the building right now. You can see a lot of these great shooting opportunities coming from penetration right by the hoop, and our guys getting great chance to score here.
Mears called for the travel. It's crazy how much a victory on Friday night against a talented Trinity Baptist team can give you so much swagger.
Number 7 in the country. They came in after beating us bad the last time, keeping us to a low score, and then we were able to come out and beat them at home. With a close game, too, we didn't blow out. We had to play tight the whole time. Guys coming off of that with a little bit of energy.
Having John Clay back, Eagles have got to hope that things start to click. Clay inside, his pull-up jumper bounces around and rims off. Ward back in, stolen now by the freshman Eiffel. Eagles running the court, the dish to Ward inside, gets it to go.
Eiffel doing it on both ends right there. Really great to see from him. Been encouraged by what we've seen so far.
An unselfish play there by the freshman.
They've got him in the bottom of the zone now, too. He was running up top.
Jumper now. Here's McDonald looking for his second bucket. It bounces around the iron and goes in. The shooter's roll for Cameron McDonald.
I feel like the defense might need to get a little tighter. They're getting that high post pass right 15 feet out the free throw line over and over again.
Mears slams it on Ward. Khalif Mears now up to 9 in the contest. He nearly drew a body on that slam. The pace in this one so far has been electric. Disher with the shot clock winding down as it go off his leg.
I think one thing we might expect from Southeastern tonight is possibly putting in a shorter, just speedier lineup and possibly seeing a three-fourths to full court press at some point. And hopefully our guys are ready for some quick hands and some quick movement.
Despite the pace, there hasn't been a lot of fouls called here early on in this one. Each team playing some good basketball. Great ball movement there by Southeastern to find a wide open Rasad Pettis, but his jumper off the mark. Check that, that was Jefferson. Ward was looking for a three. Jefferson finding Grover, who got the start in this one. We see Rankins back in as well.
First time we've seen some stagnant play right here, setting up an actual set piece.
Inside to Rankins. The assist by Davis. Orpheus Rankins up to 6. All 6 of them from the paint. Porter got an opening and knocks down a hard three-point attempt from the corner.
Keeping the game close with stuff like that. Good defensive stand right there in the paint. Eiffel making a big move, showing that he's still got more to give in this game. I really like what we've seen from him so far.
Eiffel picking up his first basket of the game, 26-25 Eagles, as these two teams go back and forth.
I like what we've seen from Eiffel. He's got some steals, he's got some assists and some rebounds, and now some points on the board, filling out a stat sheet for himself a little bit.
Jumper by Davis goes down. Terrence Davis picking up his first points. He leads this team with 10 points a game this season. He shoots 38% from distance. The Eagles cannot afford to leave him that open. Eiffel thought three, drives inside, gets the runner. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing out of Caleb Eiffel in the opening moments of this game.
Yeah, he's playing well, and it's not too crazy or too flashy or anything. He's just doing a great job of finding an open spot and then making a bucket.
Travis, does it feel like we've already played 15 minutes of basketball?
It does not. There's been no stoppage. There's been no fouls. The game's just been smooth.
Clay may have got a piece of that one. The fans letting him hear it after the air ball by McDonald. Ward drives, dishes to Higdon. A great drive there by Ward, and with the Eagles regaining the lead, a timeout by head coach Broderick Hall for Southeastern. We'll take a break. (30-28) as the Eagles take the lead right before that timeout. It was a great pass by Ward to Higdon for the bucket, Travis.
Very back and forth here, even with the speed. Both teams are getting some runs here and there of 6 to 8 points at a time. And right at this moment with 5 minutes left, the Eagles are up by 2 with a great opportunity to close out a half very well. We've got our original starting 5 back in. Minus, 5 in.
Got to trust yourself right
I
there.
had it right, 5 in.
I believe that was a bucket there by Mears. He's up to 11. Lewis driving. Here's Ward from the corner. The elbow three-pointer by Ward does not go down. The ball moving very quickly out on the court. A banked-in shot now by Bassett. His first points of the game off the bench. Lewis keeping him honest as they give it to Higdon. Big on big inside, and Higdon wins the battle. Those are two big dudes inside.
Absolutely, and then with Rankin having his hands down like that, gave him a great opportunity to get a nice look at that layup.
Here's another jumper now by Bassett as he's up to 4. His second consecutive make, in Southeastern retaking the lead momentarily.
Confident stepping off the bench for Bassett. Came right in, now got 2 buckets back to back.
Great ball movement. They find Lewis. Misses it. But Rankins will get called for the foul as him and Higdon battling inside. It'll be the first foul on Orpheus Rankins. It will be Eagles basketball on the trigger line. Ward, hard to the basket. A charge called on A.J. Ward. It'll be just the first foul on Ward, the 4th on the Eagles. 2 fouls on Buckley, 1 on Ward, 1 on Clay. And for the visitors, one on Rankins, one on Pettis, one on Hill, and one on Naylor. 34-32, 3:27 to go here in the first half from Pensacola.
Another player making his first appearance here, Arabia.
Ward got his hands on that basketball first. Clay able to control it. Araby into the basketball game. He actually transferred from Southeastern Baptist last season.
I know we said some sketchy things and maybe giving a little off balance evenness to our bench there, but so far they've shown up in a big way tonight with Dish and Eiffel and different guys coming in off the bench, giving us a couple good minutes. Anthony gave a couple good moments there.
We'll see Galdi checking for the first time. We haven't seen Shotamu yet in this one as well. Eagles still with names coming off the bench. The pace of play, though, has slowed down slightly, Travis, from the frantic pace we had in the first 15 minutes.
A little bit.
Lewis, nifty magician-like play right there as he draws the contact. The foul will be on Mears. It'll be the first foul, and we'll put Lewis at the free throw line for 2. Lewis now up to 9 points in the game. He doesn't miss many from the free throw line. He shoots 92%. He ranks 3rd in free throw percentage in the entire NCCAA as he gets them both to go. Lewis into double figures now. He finished with 11 against Trinity Baptist in that big victory over then number 7 ranked Trinity Baptist. Following it up with another good one here against Southeastern with an early 10. The pass by Mears, he was looking for Rankins right there, but it sails out of bounds.
Haven't seen a turnover from them in a little bit here. I think this would be big for us to get a free possession, possibly take the lead back again after giving it up at the start of that timeout intermission. See what the Eagles do with this possession.
Clay goes down on the play and has the ball taken away. Ugaldi bodying Selden, and he will get called for the reach. Not a bad foul there by Ugaldi. He took his man and was able to body him, keep him from getting an easy layup.
I liked it. He didn't even give him the shot, kept him on the ground, and right there from a player like that, he might not get a ton more minutes in the game as it comes down the stretch, so him taking a couple fouls isn't that big. Keeping the layup out of the bucket is big, though.
Scramble underneath for the basketball, somehow won by Mears, and then he steps on the sideline.
Again, just that aggressive defense from Garcia right there, keeping him on the side.
34-34, 2:03 remaining here in the first half of play. If you're just tuning in, it has been a frantic pace to start this one. Both teams getting up and down the court in a hurry.
Even after 18 minutes, it has slowed down a little bit, but it's still a fast-paced game by anyone's measure. It looks like they're starting to isolate John Clay on the full court now, possibly.
Here's Higdon. He got it, gets it back, and will be fouled. Higdon battling Rankins inside, drawing the contact. It'll be the second foul on Rankins, and we'll put Will Higdon at the free throw line.
That might be the first miscue I've seen from any of our big men so far. Every contested layup seems to have found the bucket. They've been doing a great job of making the layups and taking those high percentage shots and finishing them out.
Higdon getting the free throw to go. The Eagles have leveraged him early on in this game. He's got 7 and done a good job on that low block of creating opportunities for the offense.
Almost like you summoned him, James, getting his first appearance of the game so far tonight with 2 minutes left.
Higdon hitting them both from the line, and we'll see Mike Disher check in. I like this spot for Disher. You've got some good defense on the court in Ugaldi and Shotamu, and you've got a good ball distributor in Clay with a strong shooter in Lewis to knock them down if they have to.
And I like our defensive options here. No one's gotten into any trouble. The guys still have plenty of fouls to give in case they need to still be aggressive. I think we're in a good spot right here to finish out these last 2 minutes.
Strong closeout there. An air ball now by McDonald. Eagles leading by 2 as we tick under 1:30 to go. They'd love to take an advantage into the half. Ugalde somehow kept that one alive. A jump ball called, and with the possession arrow pointing towards Southeastern, they will get the basketball here on the sideline. Eagles lead by 2, minute 16 remaining. It's been Khalif Mears who's been doing it all for Southeastern in this game. He's up to 11, and so far, Austin Lewis with 10 to lead all of the Eagles. McDonald swatted by Disher.
We haven't done a good job of denying the high post, but that is one of a couple blocks we've seen so far, which makes up for any type of high post penetration that they're getting.
Lewis just behind the arc, gets it to go. It's a 2. Austin Lewis, the bank is open here inside the nest as he gets it to go. These are the moments, though, Travis, you need a couple of stops to end the half.
Big momentum shift coming in the half here.
Jumper now by Naylor goes down.
Our guys getting run around with the great passing there from Southeastern, keeping the ball moving, and then one simple pass fake.
Shot clock off, 15 seconds to go as Clay brings it across midcourt. Disher sets the screen. Clay working inside, the kick to Lewis. Has it stripped away with 3 seconds to go. Mears in transition, misses the shot. Eagles, though, will take a 2-point lead into the half. Travis, a good half, a fast-paced half for both of these teams.
I love that our guys kept up with the other team, and I think our subbing tonight has been great with the bench stepping up big for both teams, really. And I think it'll be a great second half to see if the pace continues or maybe if they slow it down a little bit.
38-36 as we head to the half. Eagles maintaining a slim 2-point lead.
The natural sciences area is studying what God made. And the fascinating thing about studying what he made is you're studying about the Creator himself, God. He spoke the world into existence. He spoke his word into existence. They match perfectly. And whenever you get to study what he made, it's fascinating. It gives glory to God. He says it gives glory to him. Whether studying about the human body, stars, or chemistry, mathematics, that's what I love about studying science. Our faculty care for our students, and I think that's something that people say all the time, but we see it. You get to learn how to go to medical school from a medical doctor. You can learn about being a pharmacist from a pharmacist, and you can go ask them questions that you can't really walk up and ask most people. Students can have an opportunity to learn from somebody who's done it for a whole career. They're there to help them. You see caring not just from them saying it, but by their actions and the time that they are willing to invest in these students. We get some of the highest quality students in the department because of their goals. They want to give their life to the Lord and to serve others. It might be serving the Lord by working in a lab where your work benefits people, or it might be by working as a mathematician or as a medical doctor where somebody can obviously see that you're helping people. They want to be prepared, but they also want a firm, strong foundation, so regardless of what they're taught, they'll be able to recognize and know truth and be able to use it as part of their whole mindset in their career. The Bible is our only source of truth that comes directly from God. We still have the curiosity to want to know. You still use a scientific method, you still use the scientific ideas, but it provides a foundation of truth that you can filter all of your thoughts and understandings through. I think if you visit the college, you'll find that the spirit is one of welcome. Of course, the facilities are wonderful. The campus is beautiful, but the people are what's special about this campus. If you have questions and want to know more information or are just curious, reach out. We'll be happy to answer your questions.
The best part about what I do is we get to see the difference that we're able to make by helping people with issues with federal agencies through our coalition program and seeing what issues are affecting our community and providing that feedback to the congressman. It's really unique opportunity to be here in the district because it's less politics and more community. Having a Christian worldview and politics today, I think, is essential to our country succeeding. So being able to communicate with people that maybe don't have those same ideologies or principles backing their logic without them feeling judged or that they're wrong, but also trying to give them something to think about that may change the way that they vote or the way that they create policy or legislation. Pensacola Christian College definitely had a high quality of education. I felt like I succeeded at college better than I did prior just because of the fact that my teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. I really appreciated the relationships I had with my professors as well as the professional skills that they taught me. My teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. You need guidance, you need wisdom, you need determination, you need doors to open, and at college, I feel like the spiritual atmosphere very much led and encouraged me to have that one-on-one relationship with God and take me to the next step in life.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing, so I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives to make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
If you like to engage in ideas, if you like to know why do we believe this or that, then the Humanities department is for you. We have a broad range of classes that we offer students to help them feel well-rounded, to help them broaden their communication skills, and most important, to give them that anchor in truth so that they can go out and do whatever God calls them to do. And so that's our desire, to give our students biblical principles in which to interpret literature, in which to look at God's providential hand in history, in which to look at our current political landscape. We have the light of God's Word to give us good principles to do what is right and to make right decisions. And these biblical principles apply whether you're analyzing the history and trends of the English language or discussing the distinctives of America's founding. We have faculty who are very passionate about their fields. Many times students, they'll tell us, "I'm so grateful for the things that I learned in your class." So when we see our students going out and affecting real change, taking the ideas that we have given them to influence others, it is a great joy. If you're interested in the Humanities department and in one of our majors, come visit us during college days. Come to an advanced grammar and composition class or one of our history classes or a state and local government class. We'd love to have you come.
It's 38-36 as we get ready for the second half here in Pensacola. Travis, a frantic pace in that first half between these two teams, and the Eagles coming out with a slim advantage as we get set for half number 2.
Yeah, it was really quick pace, and everyone was pretty high energy, and I can't imagine we're going to see anything different to start this second half. Both teams seemed to be functioning well. The fouls were low, and the pace was really great.
Khalif Mears with 11 points to lead all scorers, and for the Eagles, it was Austin Lewis with 12. 11 points for Mears for Southeastern, 12 for Lewis. A big first half out of the sophomore from Pensacola.
Yeah, and like we saw and like we mentioned, a lot of subbing as well. A lot of guys getting minutes in, maybe 2 or 3 minutes here, keeping everyone as fresh as they can. Hopefully we'll see a very nice second half because of it.
Getting ready for the second half here in Pensacola. Eagles leading by 2 as we get set for the second half. (38-36) here as we open the second half of play here in Pensacola. Eagles looking to secure their second consecutive conference victory. Ward left open from the top, and he'll get it to go. A good start for the Eagles.
Hopefully we'll see this half start off as the last one left off. Everyone seemed hot and everyone seemed ready to go. AJ starting us off right.
Shovel pass to York. His jumper misses. Higdon got the rebound. We saw also a good half from Will Higdon, creating some good offense on the block.
Making great moves of all of his opportunities down low. Big 3 right there from Lewis. 6 points to start the half. Instant timeout from Southeastern.
It was a 2-point lead less than a minute ago. The Eagles find themselves leading by 8 as we take a break. (44-36) as we return. Eagles quickly stretching a 2-point halftime advantage to 8. Runner missing as Clay came down with the rebound. Eagles have hit a couple threes here to open the half. Here's Porter now, a free throw line jumper. Clings out and lands in the hands of York. A very fast-paced first half if you're just tuning in. Eagles led. They now find themselves leading by more. A foul called here now on Austin Lewis. It'll be his first. And it'll put Grover at the free throw line. Glenn Grover in the first half held scoreless. Missing the first free throw right there. Missing them both. Rankin's got it back. The big man going to work inside, making it look easy as he gets the 2 to go.
Our rebounding and our boards are something we're going to make sure we reestablish this half, and really takes the time to really secure those each time, because those second chance points are going to be killer coming down the stretch if we can't secure those.
Higdon inside, the big man, count it! And he draws the contact on Rankins. It'll be his third. Higdon with a big man move inside.
That's where we've seen a lot of our dominance as well. The guys down low not only have been getting those layups like that, but we've seen a lot of those dishes come from outside of the paint, right from under the basket, with all the eyes drawn to them.
Higdon now 3 for 3 from the free throw line, having himself a good start to this game. He scored 2 or fewer points in his last 2 games, but he's broken out here tonight with 11. And we've still got 17:42 to go. Eagles now find themselves leading by 9. Mears missing the layup inside. Ward's baseline jumper goes down.
I like that speed right there. We got a quick rebound and pushed up the court. That's the first time the Eagles have really sprinted down the court to get ahead of the defense.
Jumper now. Here's Grover. Missing it. Battle inside. Rankin's winning it. And he's up to 10. Orpheus Rankin, he's a big man inside, and he's got 10 points in this game, but sitting with 3 fouls.
We won't be able to keep him down all game. We've kept him kind of quiet on the boards and on the paint. I don't think we'll be able to do it all game. He's starting to show some of his dominance here.
Mears had a big first half with 11. He's been silent here in the second as he misses the 3. Austin Lewis in this game with 15 so far. And Travis, he's had 13 or more points in 4 of his last 5. He's really stepped it up on offense for the Eagles.
He really makes a great point of being in the open space and really making advantage of those shots that he gets. The guys it's easy to find for the guys because he's so open and he's always vocal.
Clay gets to the basket.
I was going to say we hadn't seen much of John for the first 4 minutes there, just being a facilitator, but took it by himself right there for an easy layup.
He had an open Lewis in the corner, but chose to keep it himself and go for the basket.
Yeah, they've been using that all night, and so they probably were assuming something like that, just took advantage to get himself a layup.
There'll be a foul called on Higdon. It'll be the first on the big man for the Eagles. As Mike Disher checks in, Ugaldi coming in as well. Eagles find themselves leading by 11. It was a 2-point halftime advantage. And quickly behind some strong shooting and one opportunity by Higdon, the Eagles have stretched their advantage.
Another turnover right there from Southeastern, just losing the dribble.
Ward drives. You'd love to see him just lay it up there.
Yeah, I really think he was expecting a little more congestion at the rim right there, but got it off of a Southeastern player for Eagles to keep possession.
Travis, I think you may have just made up a new word there.
I might have.
Congestion?
I was trying to think contested, and it wasn't coming out.
They get the ball inbounds to Lewis. They look inside to Disher. He had a decent first half, and he will get called for the reach around. Foul going to go on Mike Disher. It'll be the first for him, third on the Eagles here in the half. Eagles shooting slightly better, just 2% better than Southeastern on the free throw line this season. If this game does get close at the end, that could be the difference maker. Push off, offensive foul called on Terrence Davis. We see it again, he shoves off. Kind of a quick whistle right there after seeing it again, Travis.
Yeah, there was not as much contact as might have appeared right there, but very good job frustrating on a full court defense right there, one-on-one.
Ugaldi, it's one of his superpowers. Offensive foul called on Disher now with a moving screen. It's really Ugaldi's one of his superpowers to sell close calls. He has this way of contorting his body and making the contact look worse than it was.
Yeah, he broke down his knees a little bit, made it look like he was going. Did a good job to get that whistle.
51-40 as we tick under 15 minutes to go. Head coach Mark Getch, he loves to talk about winning 5-minute segments. The Eagles win that one by 9. A good start to this half if you're the Eagles.
Great possession right there out of the rebound. That's what we were talking about from AJ. Great layup. Took it strong off the glass with the runner.
Clay called for the foul. Reach in on Clay. It'll be his second. Southeastern will have the ball on the sideline. 5 fouls now in the half on the Eagles. Foul called on Ugalde on the entry. A good call right there. 53-40 in favor of the Eagles. 6 fouls now on Pensacola Christian as Rankins checks back in.
This might become a factor. We've already seen about as many fouls in the first 5 minutes as we did in the first half of the game so far. And a little bit tighter calls maybe on hand checks and different things like that. Just something to keep in mind for the Eagles throughout the rest of the game here.
Lewis was looking to dish it to Disher. It was Selden who got real deep right there. He was right under the basket, just able to lay it up.
Strong take from the corner.
Lewis looking for a three-pointer. Misses it. They drive Ugalde to Ward in the corner. The bench was up looking for that one to go down, but it rims out. Selden gets another to go.
Bodies flying right there, no call. Eagles seem to be a little off right now on some of the triggers here. Hopefully they can find the range.
Clay, pump fake, drives. The foul called in the act of shooting. It will put John Clay at the free throw line. It goes on Emmanuel Selden. It will give Clay an opportunity from the free throw line. Eagles set to bring in a couple guys as well. I've got Eiffel, Shodamu, and Porter in front of me.
I feel like these guys are here. They're coming in for a couple minutes here to settle down a little bit. We're up by 9 right now, and I feel like we're playing like we're down. But they're kind of getting frustrated by some of the turnovers they've had, which is fine. You don't want to see those in the game, but understand that you're doing a great job on defense, getting those rebounds, and you are up by 9, so play with that lead.
Eiffel will come in for the shooter, Clay. Clay hitting it. He's up to 7, and we will get a timeout, a 30-second timeout by head coach Mark Getch as we take a breather. (54-44) as we come back. 13:15 to go. The message from head coach Mark Getch out of that timeout. A long ways to go in this basketball game. Travis.
15 minutes to go, and with the fast-paced nature of this, it's anyone's game still, clearly. I think it'll all come down to defensive stands and whoever turns the ball over less will win the game.
And right on cue, Southeastern turning over the basketball. It will be Eagles basketball here on the sideline.
I think each possession, especially the less time gets on the clock, is going to be so much more important to make the most of it. At least get a shot, use some time on the clock.
They give it back. Eiffel, a bit strong out of the freshman. He got off to a good start in this one, picked up 4. Did a couple things really well. Now draws the jump ball right there. Good tie-up by Eiffel.
Good job getting a hold of the ball, not letting go.
Shodamu and Pettis were going at it on that side. Shodamu very nearly got the steal. Pettis just had to throw it off of Shodamu to avoid the turnover. Selden backing down his man. Foul called on Mike Disher.
That's his third so far, so coach might have to make a decision here whether to leave him in or take him out to use him as the game comes to a stretch at the end.
I was going to say we haven't seen Anthony Horton much in this game, and on cue, here comes Horton as well as Higdon. Horton playing just 2 minutes in that first half. Looks like only Horton will come in as he comes in for Disher. If you had asked me pregame, I thought Horton may be an X factor in this game, but so far hasn't been much of a factor. Both free throws missed, but Pettis steals it and gets the layup. Southeastern back within single digits. They trail by 8.
That was the first time we've seen the three-quarter press. I thought we'd see it at some point this game, and there it was.
Eiffel drives on Rankins. Offensive foul called on the freshman. Good officiating in this basketball game so far. Eagles able to get the rebound. Ward in transition. Goes at the basket. A.J. Ward gets the layup to go, and he'll get a free throw for his trouble. He drove right at Mears, drew the contact, and will head to the free throw line.
You saw him break out right there. Quick movement off that steal. And then also use that Euro to get the defender off guard, off center. Took him to the rim and was strong.
I've been so impressed this year with the play of the sophomores Austin Lewis and A.J. Ward, high school teammates, but those two are playing very well and maturing very quickly right in front of our eyes.
Like you said, Austin has just shown to be a very consistent, solid shooter, and A.J. shown that he can do a little bit of everything from beyond the arc, from around the rim.
Ward, he has averaged 14 points a game over his last 5. Eiffel to the rim, gets it to go. Eagles running in transition, and the lead ballooning to 13 with 11:34 to go.
Let's not forget defense. Porter with 2 steals right there back-to-back, facilitating both of those buckets.
Selden drawing the contact. Foul going on Shotamu. His first, the 9th foul on the Eagles in the half.
I like the energy. The guys are playing tough defense around the rim, just sometimes getting a little eager and coming down on the man.
Selden getting the free throw to go, jumping up to 5 points in the contest. Davis coming back in as Pettis exits. Head coach Mark Getch looking on of his team. They're playing a very good basketball game today. They find themselves currently leading by 11. It was a tight 2-point advantage at the half, but so far his team coming out strong here in half number 2. Trying to pick up their second consecutive South Region victory. Kick to Ward in the corner. Feeling it, A.J. Ward up to 15 as he reins one in from the corner.
Eiffel did a great job breaking that press right there, getting past their strong defense. A.J. banking that home.
Rankins gets the layup. His season high has been 11. He's up to 12 now. Ward, he wants another. In and out. The Eagles bench was up looking to celebrate. As the season has gone on, Travis, you've seen an increased confidence from Ward behind the arc. He's shooting 42% this season from distance.
Yeah, and seeing right there, that confidence is key. And the team behind him right there so energized about him making some buckets. I'm encouraged to see how easy the Eagles seem to be breaking this press, though. This three-quarters court press has not really been much of a factor for them. Done a great job finding positions in the open man.
They reset the shot clock to 30. 10:24 to go. We're in the second half here in Pensacola. It was a spirited first half, but it's been all Eagles here in half number 2 as they lead by 12. Jump ball called. It'll stay Eagles basketball. Ward was trying to get the timeout there, but the official saying the jump ball came prior to the timeout call.
Yeah, quick wrap up. Might not have still just had full possession of it.
Horton very nearly had that one taken away. It looked like it was York who got a hand on that pass to Horton.
Southeastern being down 12 with 10 minutes left. Looks like they're stepping up their defensive intensity a little bit, trying to keep the ball in their hands to get some more buckets.
Horton's sky hook off the mark, but it goes out of bounds off Mears as he was trying to control that basketball. 62-50 as we get set to tick under 10 minutes to go. Shotomu drives. Finds Horton on the dish.
What a casual dish right there from James. Very smooth. Set Anthony up.
Eiffel forcing the turnover by Jared Naylor. The Eagles leading by 14, threatening to balloon the lead even more on this possession.
They've been making the most out of those turnovers. They've been taking every one that they've been given and turning them into buckets or good opportunities.
Horton sets the screen. Porter dishes to Eiffel in the corner. Tough contested three. Grover gets that one in transition. Is Ward a bit slow to get back? Eagles turn the ball over a couple of times. Grover the other way. His runner off the mark. Selden with the putback. Emmanuel Selden now up to 8. Mears on the other end. And what was a 14-point lead, now an 8-point advantage as Khalil Mears picks up his 13th points of the game. 8:58 to go. We're in the second half, 64-56 as we take a break. .56 as we return. Eagles find themselves leading by 8. Travis, Southeastern trying to get back in this basketball game.
Yeah, this full court press is one of their best chances right here, forcing a lot of turnovers and causing a little bit of mayhem for the Eagles. But with the new subs coming in and with coach taking a timeout, hopefully we'll see them have a great idea of what to do and how to handle it.
Full timeout called by head coach Mark Getch. Here with 8:58 remaining, Eagles leading by 8 as we return. It'll be Lewis, Porter, Ward, Clay, and Horton for the Eagles. It'll be Selden, Rankins, Grover, Mears, and Naylor for Southeastern. Southeastern has turned up the pressure in the last couple of possessions going into that full court pressure.
Yeah, they're really trying to force some turnovers after being down by double digits right there for a while.
Clay called for the basketball. He got it, and he gets the three-pointer to go. John Clay into double digits, and the Eagles widen their lead to 11.
Looks like that timeout was well-timed. Got the guys out there with knowledge of that full-court press coming.
A couple of offensive rebounds for Southeastern on that possession. Mears had his foot on the sideline when he caught that pass. Eagles basketball.
Yeah, I think that timeout's all the Eagles needed to really get their head around that press and to see it coming. To break it, they broke it twice really easy right there. One thing that I'm now concerned about more is their defensive rebounding ability. With everything getting a little more intense, a little more physical. Rebound has become a little harder for them.
Mears the other way in a hurry, draws the contact. Was it on the floor? Foul goes on Horton. If it was in the act of shooting on the floor or on the floor, it doesn't really matter. Southeastern in the double bonus the rest of the way. Mears picking up the free throw right there to move to 14 points in the contest. 15 now for Khalif Mears in this game, and his team trailing by 9 as they get it back under double digits. The shot clock failed to reset, and we get a stoppage. 67-58 as we reset. It looked like the Eagles were potentially about to score, and the stoppage with the stop clock not resetting correctly.
Yeah, I saw it right when the play started, and I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. Once the ref notices, he's got to stop it himself, but just getting everything situated here, and hopefully the end of the game ends up smooth with not much of that.
The sharpshooter Lewis from the corner has it go in and out. Clay drawing the charge.
I like us putting Higdon back in as well. After seeing that rebounding's been a little bit of a problem, he's been solid for us tonight as a big man down low. John with a great defensive play right there. After getting called, oh no, they didn't. They gave it to Anthony. But after getting a close blocking call in the last play, wasn't scared to stand in there and take another one.
Lewis gets deep. He was looking to find somebody. Higdon has it taken away. Porter gets the steal. He leads. He's third on this team, in steals this season. Picks up one right there. He's had a few others in this half. Lewis made that steal look easy.
Everyone's just getting passes from the wrong team.
They look for Porter in the corner.
Oof.
His shot.
A little off there.
Too strong. Should have skipped a couple curls in the weight room this week. Mears driving at Higdon. Good foul called. And Mears will head to the free throw line. It'll be the second foul on Higdon.
I like it. A lot of our guys that are on the court still have fouls to give. Don't give them anything easy around the rim. Don't let their points come quick and simple. Make them earn it at the line.
It was a pretty even foul count in the first half. 6 fouls on Southeastern, 5 on the Eagles. So far, a bit more lopsided here in half number 2. Eagles in the half court. I don't know how the Eagles kept that basketball. A shot clock violation called on the Eagles.
Oh boy.
67-59, 5:34 to go here in half number 2. Been a great basketball game. It was tight and fast-paced in the first half. Eagles have stretched it here in the second half. Higdon picking up his third right there. Glenn Grover will be at the free throw line. Grover gets the first to go. Higdon will exit with 3 fouls as head coach Mark Getch reinserts Mike Disher, who also has 3 fouls. Disher only been able to scrape together 2 points in this game so far, but has made a difference on defense for the Eagles. Grover gets them both to go at the charity stripe. Foul called on Emmanuel Selden. Head coach Broderick Hall did not like that call right there on Selden. The reach in called. Taken away, Mears going at Disher, gets the layup to go, and he's up to 17. 4-point basketball game here in Pensacola. Lewis' runner misses. Clay looking to answer from the corner. Has it go in and out.
Big offensive rebound right there, but we got to get one of those 2 buckets to go. 2 really good looks, and with the run from Southeastern here, it's been pretty big. We need something to stop the bleeding.
Mears wants a 3. (67-63). We're late here in half number 2. There's 4:18 remaining in this ball game. Can Southeastern even the score? Clay rains a 3. That one misses. Going the other way, Clay ties him up. What a play by Clay in transition. We see it again. Clay racing down, gets the tie up. That's a great play by your senior leader, Travis.
Big play right there, trying to keep the boys in the game, keeping it alive. They're struggling to find some energy right there, and that just picked up the building.
Clay makes a great play and quickly gets substituted out as Eiffel inserted.
Some of the guys just struggling on offense a little bit. We need to get someone in that we think can get some buckets.
Selden working, has it go off the front of the iron. Great job there by Disher to chin the basketball and not try to look for a pass too quickly. Timeout called as the Eagles struggling to get it out of the backcourt. 67-63, 3:47 to go. Full timeout here in Pensacola. We'll take a breather. (67-63) as we return Eagles with just 2 seconds to get it across midcourt. Eagles get it across. Lewis from the wing. Just off for Lewis.
Something just break the ice over that rim.
Eagles have gone cold from the field in their last couple of possessions. A bad time of the game to go cold if you're the Eagles. Selden rejected by Disher. A little extra mustard on that swat there by Mike Disher. We see it again. The ball got inside, and Disher sent that one away with authority.
He's been playing big on the defensive end, particularly, like you mentioned, only 2 points on the offensive end, but he's made a much bigger impact than that. He's got a bunch of assists, great rebounds.
The shot clock expiring. A wild shot missed. Disher another block. Finished inside by Selden, and a quick timeout called by Southeastern, a full timeout. And we will step away. (67-65) as we return out of the timeout. 2:54 remaining here in the second half. It's a 2-point basketball game. Travis, we mentioned early on in this half the amount of fouls the Eagles had, and now with this game back close, having extra opportunities at the free throw line could prove huge for Southeastern.
Yeah, Southeastern's in a great spot. Our next foul will get us into the 1-and-1, though, which will be helpful.
Eagles have settled for a lot of three-point opportunities. They'd love to get inside, as we saw Disher do it right there. Scramble for the basketball. Whose basketball will it be? It'll be Eagles basketball on the sideline.
We just need to see who's going to break that ice and get us a bucket that we've needed for the last several minutes. I think it's just going to come down to turnovers here. Whoever can mitigate their turnovers and make the most of their opportunities is going to pull out this basketball game.
Eiffel tagged by Mears. Eagles now in the bonus, and Eiffel will step to the free throw line.
Eiffel was showing some confidence right there, wanted the ball in his hands, and I feel like he wanted to be the guy to break that ice. Hopefully on these free throws he's nails, and we can turn this back into a 2-possession game. Nothing but net on the first one right there. Finally, we break our 67. And the lead is large a little bit.
Eiffel with 7 points in this game. He could really use another free throw make right here. It rims in and out. 3-point basketball game, 2:14 to go. The bigs have ceased to exist late in this game. You see Rankin's in. Can he find something here late? Mears spinning, dishing it off to Selden, and a foul called that will put Emmanuel Selden at the free throw line. The third foul of the game on Brian Ugaldi. Clay and Porter will enter the basketball game. Ugalde and Eiffel will check out. 4/5 of the starting lineup back on the court for the Eagles. The only one not in there, Higdon. He's replaced by Disher in this group. 68-67, Selden to make it a 1-point game. 68-67 here, under 2 minutes to go. We've got a 1-point basketball game here in the Nest. Eagles have settled for a lot of three-pointers in the last couple of possessions, Travis.
Dish right there working really hard, getting that layup to go finally on a bucket. Really nice strong man move right there. But finally the Eagles get a bucket down low. And like you said, we've been settling a lot, not been getting the shots to fall either. Going back to what gets you those high percentage shots, getting close.
Eagles again lead by 3. Pull-up jumper by Grover goes in. 2-point game.
This could come down to just those last couple of possessions. I mean, both teams shooting well from the free throw line tonight. Both teams playing well on the defensive end.
I'd love to see them try to get the ball into Ward, run him in motion, and try to get him to the basket.
That'd be a good play. Using Dish as well down low would be a good play. I like it with the lead using a little bit more time on the clock here.
Disher in trouble, and the Eagles will call a timeout. Full timeout on the court. 70-69, under 1 minute to go. You're going to want to stick around for the conclusion of this one. (70-69) as we return out of the timeout. 53.7 seconds to go. Porter will be the trigger man here on the sideline. Make it Lewis. Lewis the trigger man. Eagles able to steal the basketball, but a jump ball called before the steal. It looks like actually the steal took place. A timeout granted. It'll be Southeastern basketball, 70-69. A full timeout. We're going to go ahead and stay right here, Travis. Eagles led by as many as 14 in this half, but Southeastern has methodically worked their way back into this one.
Yeah, the Eagles have struggled to keep possession of the ball for one, but then they just had a big scoring drought in the middle there, and Southeastern took advantage of it.
If you're the Eagles, you lead by 1. You have to play defense right here, but you need to have a good offensive play drawn up for your next possession.
Yeah, if Southeastern takes a while, they might end up going under those 30 seconds, and if we can force a miss, that gives us the lead with no shot clock left. We just have to get it past half court.
You see the group on the court, Travis. Who are you looking at if you're head coach Mark Getch to be the trigger man here at the end of the game?
I'm looking at probably staying away from the arc and really working it in towards Dish down low to give him a chance to make a big move, or like you mentioned, AJ driving to the hoop.
We'll see what happens here late. Eagles trying to pick up their second consecutive conference victory. They beat Trinity College earlier last week, trying to pick up 3 straight conference victories.
Expect a quick shot here, trying to get it off before the shot clock will go under 30.
Clay providing a lot of pressure here late. Chance of defense ringing out here in the nest as the fans getting into it. Rankins, the big man, gets the bucket to go. A big play there by the big man inside.
So now you're in a different situation. Down by 1, no shot clock. That's your chance to win the game here.
Clay drives, circus shot, and he will head to the free throw line.
Strong drive right there, broke his man, got past him and forced that foul basically.
You saw Mike Disher coming to set the screen. Clay skips it and drives center and able to draw the contact.
That was a great play. You'd love the ball in John's hand at any time. You know that he makes those on a regular basis anyway.
A technical foul now assessed. That's huge. It will now be 2 shots for the Eagles. The Eagles will send their best free throw shooter to the line in Austin Lewis. A mistake right there by head coach Broderick Hall may cost his team a game.
So does now Lewis get to shoot all 4 of these, or will he shoot 2 and then John will come shoot his 2?
So Lewis will shoot the first 2, the technical shots, and then John Clay will step forward to take the next 2. And if I remember correctly, in a situation like this, a non-play technical foul, it will actually be Southeastern basketball coming out of these free throws, if I remember correctly. Lewis hits them both, the Eagles regaining the lead. Austin Lewis with 17 points in this one. John Clay to make it a 3-point game. Clay, the first one, rims out, and the best it could be is a 2-point lead for the Eagles with Southeastern to have the basketball.
This is big. If he makes this, then the layup only ties it, doesn't take full advantage. If he misses this, they need a big defensive stand.
I would expect the Eagles to call a timeout here on the make. 72-71, 13.6 seconds remaining in what has been a back-and-forth battle. A timeout called on the court. 73-71, Eagles lead by 2. A full timeout, and we will take a quick breather. We will return for the conclusion of this basketball game. (73-71) as we return. It will be Southeastern basketball on the baseline. Travis, if you're Southeastern, you're trying to get it across in a hurry, and you're looking to maybe hold for the last shot here.
Yeah, you're definitely looking for the last second shot. Probably something going towards the basket to either draw a foul or get the layup to tie the game up.
Head coach Broderick Hall putting his best shooters on the court. Mears to the basket, gets it to go. 5.8 seconds to go, and we will get a timeout for the Eagles. A big play there by Mears to knock this one up at 73. Travis, a great drive there by Mears, a straight line drive to the basket. He gets it to go to tie this one up.
Very quick, floating away from the basket, gave himself great space, and he was able to make that look really easy under that pressure. But now I'm excited to see what the Eagles drop with a whole 6 seconds left to see how they finish this out.
You've got some good shooters on the court, Travis, but we've also mentioned maybe an advantage inside. If you're head coach Mark Getch, what are you looking to do here late in the game? You're trying to draw up your best play.
You're definitely looking to get it down low. I would not be surprised to see so many things that makes it dangerous for Southeastern. John can drive, AJ can drive, Dish can post up and be very dangerous. You might even randomly put Lewis in a corner for a 3. So many weapons right here. We'll see how Southeastern handles it and how the Eagles come out to ready to attack this.
The goal in any good play at the end of the game is to give yourself options. I think putting Lewis in the corner makes a lot of sense. I would really like to see him try to crash A.J. Ward to the basket.
Yeah, I think that's a good go because you can also draw that foul. And even if it's not shooting, get a 1-and-1. It's very dangerous getting somebody going towards the hoop.
It'll be Clay, Lewis, Ward, Disher, and Porter on the court. Strap in. We're about to have a good 6 seconds of basketball. Eagles going to have to go the distance. The score tied. You cannot afford a turnover right here. Head coach Broderick Hall putting his team in the full court pressure. Porter sprinting up, nearly has it taken away. The clock barely starting right there. Eagles now from the sideline. They get it to Disher on the sideline. Disher, here's Lewis for the win. Gets it to go. Austin Lewis wins it at the buzzer for the Eagles. We've got a stoppage on the court. The officials stopping it. They may put some time back on the court, but momentarily, Travis, the Eagles have secured their 3rd straight conference victory.
From what I can hear, there's going to be 0.4 seconds left on the clock. Enough time to catch and shoot at least for Southeastern, but great play right there. After that kind of fumbled inbounds play, you saw Dish improvise right here in the corner. Great look, Lewis just came in clutch.
You really only have a catch and shoot opportunity if you're Southeastern here. 0.4 of a second, they'll take the timeout. They get the ball on the baseline, Travis. They will have to go the entire distance. If you're the Eagles, you don't want to foul right here. You just want to let them have the ball in bounds and then keep them away from scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be more of you just have to kind of tip it and go for it, but we'll see what Southeastern comes up with and see how the Eagles defend it. Like you said, a foul is the only thing that's really crushing, putting them on the line to even the game up.
Lewis thought he had won it. We'll see if he does. It's 75-73. It'll be Southeastern basketball here. Travis, what a basketball game we've witnessed here tonight.
Big shot from Lewis right there. You already mentioned the sophomores coming in clutch throughout the season. Right there coming in clutch again. And just nothing else you could really ask for out of those last 6 seconds. Now it's all in their hands to either get the victory or see if the game just ends out a little crazier.
Lewis with 19 big points for the Eagles in this game, perhaps none bigger than those two. Maybe we could say the biggest basket of his career to this point. Eagles trying to pick up a victory. They do not want to foul right here, but you don't want the home run pass. This is kind of like football, Travis, in the fact that you don't want to give up the Hail Mary here, but you also don't want to give them too much time here in the center of the court. Another timeout called. This time by Southeastern again. As head coach Broderick Hall wants to talk about it, he got to see what head coach Mark Getch was going to bring out of the timeout. It looked like the Eagles were really spreading the court, Travis. They didn't want to draw that foul. Head coach Broderick Hall putting Rankins down in that far corner, trying to stretch the court for his team.
Yeah, it looks like we came out in a man right there and not any type of zone or anything. And so now that Southeastern has seen it, they might set up something a little bit different on the Hail Mary pass option.
You have to love the gamesmanship at the end of these contests as both teams going head-to-head, both head coaches going head-to-head, tit for tat here as we conclude this game. Eagles in the driver's seat. They lead by 2 as we return. It will be Southeastern basketball on the baseline. Selden will be able to run the baseline here.
I'll be surprised if we don't see the ball in the hands of Mears by the end of this play, giving him a chance with the great game he's had.
Disher is up on the man so that they can't roll it. You want them to have to grab the basketball quickly. Here's a football-esque pass. Mears nearly came down with it, but the Eagles will come down with the victory. They win this one 75-73. Travis, what a victory for the Eagles.
What a big game right there. Big play for the guys. did what they needed to. No fouls right there, just made it hard to catch and shoot. Great way to end the game. Really good coming back right there.
We'll take a look at some highlights from this game as this one concludes. The Eagles victorious 75-73. They are winners. We'll look at some highlights, and Travis and I will be back to further break down this game. Travis, what a game here inside the nest. Back and forth battle. Eagles winning it nearly at the buzzer on a jumper by Lewis.
Yeah, it was crazy to see. They came up clutch after that long drought. Were able to pull it together in the last 3 minutes of the game.
It was two sophomores in this game, A.J. Ward and Austin Lewis, who clearly spearheaded the Eagles in what is now their third consecutive conference victory as we start to wind this season down.
Yeah, some of the other guys are struggling a little bit and struggling to get it, especially on the point side of things, and those two guys stepped up big in their second year as an Eagle.
Travis, things starting to come together for this Eagles basketball team here late in the year. You pick up that big win against Trinity the other night, the then 7th ranked team in the country. You come into the nest this evening, you knock off Southeastern, and you set yourself up for another good contest against Trinity College on Friday night.
Yeah, getting some big wins late in the season, building momentum when it matters, and getting wins against teams you're going to have to beat in a tournament to keep on your season.
Eagles win this game 75-73. Want to thank you for tuning in this evening. They come away victorious, the Eagles picking up their third consecutive conference victory.
It's game time.